Every museum encapsulates the memories of history. Vast expanses of time and dramatic changes in world history are carefully preserved within these walls. Hebei Museum was relocated from Baoding to Shijiazhuang in 1982. Here, stories are told. It is a place whose relics and exhibits tell of the grandeur and richness of history, of the highlights and tragedies of the past, and of unknown craftsmanship and ingenious ideas. With so much to see and so little time, many overlook something at the entrance to the museum: the twin-winged divine beasts. These creatures, part bird and part beast, stand with claws gripping the ground, wings poised for flight, and mouths open in a fierce and defiant roar. Their design is simultaneously abstract, exaggerated, and dynamic. No wonder they stimulate so much curiosity. Where did they come from? And what do they mean? The profound sense of silence that seems to come from them is surely the result of the weight of history that they bear, while their elegance is the result of craftsmanship. Adorned with inlaid silver, featuring cloud patterns on their bodies, feather patterns on their wings, and bird patterns on their backs, these beasts exude a unique charm under the exhibition lights. Crafted in the 14th year of King Tuo of Zhongshan's reign, they were made by craftsman Suen Gu from a department called Zuishirku, under the supervision of Shi. An inscription of just 13 characters on the belly explains their origin. Zhongshan, an ancient state almost lost to history over 2,000 years ago, is mentioned in records of the Grand Historian. It describes the Xinyu people of the Baidi tribe migrating east along the Taihang Mountains, reaching the northwestern part of today's Tangshan County to establish the Zhongshan state around 506 BC. Twice vanquished and conquered, the Zhongshan state yet managed to rise from the ashes on 2 separate occasions. Perhaps the winged divine beasts represent the Zhongshan people's resilience, persistence, and determination to become stronger and create a better future that allowed them to recover from such devastating defeats. In the early Warring States period, around 380 BC, Zhongshan established its capital in the ancient city of Lingshou, now located in today's Sanji Township, right between the state of Yin, an old power, and the state of Zhao, an emerging force. The imaginative design of the twin-winged divine beasts, unmatched in other parts of China, closely resembles the Scythian winged beast gold plaque ornament in the British Museum, the Assyrian human-headed winged bull, and the ancient Iranian winged ibex vessel handle. Some scholars believe that the Zhongshan state was influenced by Central and Western Asian cultures, which spread these concepts throughout northern China. Bronze artifacts serve as crucial evidence of significant events in ancient Chinese history. Early in the Neolithic period, people discovered and utilized copper. By the late Zhongshan culture, they began adding tin and lead to copper to adjust the hardness and toughness of objects, thus creating a new alloy. Bronze. The late Shang to early Western Zhou period saw this bronze culture reach its peak. This era, characterized by the use of bronze artifacts, is also known as the Bronze Age. The term China first appeared on the famous ritual vessel, Pazuan, from the early Western Zhou period. 3 bronze ritual vessels of King Cui of Zhongshan. The inscribed bronze square vessel, the large bronze ding with iron feet, and the inscribed bronze round vessel, known as the Zhongshan III, were discovered in the 1970s. The over 1,000-character inscriptions in seal script not only provided precise dates for the king's tomb and the artifacts, but also revealed the lineage of Zhongshan kings and their cultural integration with other Central Plains states. The script adopted has a unique style. The structure is well-proportioned and orderly, with strokes that balance strength and flexibility, being slender and elongated. Scholars refer to this as the Zhongshan seal script. The idea of promoting worthy and capable individuals in the inscriptions echoes the concept in the Book of Rites, which advocates for selecting virtuous and capable people and fostering harmony through trust. The Zhongshan king's proposal to reduce punishments to gain the people's support aligns with Confucian opposition to tyrannical rule. Exquisite craftsmanship and wild imagination thrived hand in hand on this land, as did both seal script and Confucianism. The land of Hebei, situated at the transition zone between agricultural and nomadic civilizations, once again stood at the forefront of multi-ethnic cultural integration. Inlaying gold and silver was the favored technique for decorating bronze in ancient China. It began in the spring and autumn period and flourished during the Warring States, involving embedding thin sheets or wires of gold and silver into precast shallow grooves on bronze surfaces. This laborious process was capable of creating intricate patterns and inscriptions by exploiting the contrast between the metals and bronze. Perhaps it was this scene that made an indelible impression on the craftsman. Naturally, the urge to capture and frame such dynamism, the moment a tiger pounces on a deer, was irresistible. The tiger's muscles, the tension in its legs, the curve of its waist, and its fierce expression are all vividly captured. This piece is adorned with fine gold and silver inlays, the thinnest thinner than single human hair. This artifact depicting a tiger devouring a deer is a screen base. There are rectangular slots on the tiger's neck and rump, each adorned with a goat's head on either side. The mouths of the goats form the openings of the slots. The alignment of the two slots forms a near right angle, creating an L shape when the screen panels are installed. In this way, this base, along with the bronze rhinoceros and bronze bull on either side, supports the earliest known physical screen discovered to date. The men of Zhongshan are skilled in cunning craftsmanship, producing many beautiful objects. We don't know specifically what motivated historian Sima Qian to write those words over 2,000 years ago, but the examples we have of workmanship from the Zhongshan state seem to confirm the truth of his statement. The bronze square table stand, with 4 dragons and 4 phoenixes, is dignified and dynamic. The dragons and phoenixes above exude majesty, while the small deer beneath the dragon claws bear the weight of the entire stand. The architectural plan of mausoleum layout on bronze plate reflects the level of technology at the time. Geometric lines are inlaid with gold and silver, marking the distances between 3 large tombs and 2 small tombs, and the height of the platform at a scale of 1 to 500. This could be said to be the world's earliest architectural blueprint. This bronze human-shaped lamp is as charming as it is lively. The figurine's head is made of silver, with eyes inlaid with black gemstones. The naturalness of the smile is striking. While the right hand holds a snake, with its mouth biting a pillar that supports a lamp tray, the left hand grasps the tail of another snake, which holds another lamp tray in its mouth. A third lamp tray is below the snake. Users can light different lamps at various heights as needed. The 15-lamp stand seems to conceal wisdom in its complexity. The lampstand resembles a large tree, standing on a base adorned with openwork dragon patterns. 7 branches support 15 lamp trays. Each branch is detachable, allowing users to adjust the number of lamps as needed. The branches are decorated with dragons, birds, and monkeys. Below the tree stand 2 bare-chested figures, facing the monkeys on the tree. This was an era of contending powers and schools of thought. States, both large and small, strove for survival and dominance. But even as Zhongshan's bronze culture reached its dizzying heights, the world was changing. Already, neighboring states like Yin and Zhao were exploring iron technology. The Iron Age was coming. Wuyang, the secondary capital of Yin, covered an area of nearly 50 square kilometers. It was a renowned center for iron production at the time. Here, 861 iron artifacts have been unearthed, covering almost all known categories of ironware. The forging and quenching techniques they employed also enabled them to produce steel of unprecedented hardness. The openwork bronze door knocker with dragon and phoenix patterns is another prized artifact of the Hebei Museum. These door knockers acted as both functional objects and decorative status symbols. This piece is the largest known of its kind in China. The base of the knocker features a Tao Tia, a mythical beast, with a phoenix standing on its forehead. The phoenix's claws grip 2 snakes, whose heads emerge on either side of its wings. On each side of the knocker, a coiled dragon climbs upward, its body muscular and powerful, exuding the regal majesty of the state of Yin. Despite the Zhongshan state's eventual downfall in 296 BC to the cavalrymen of the state of Zhao, the name Zhongshan endured, resurging with the rise of the Han Dynasty. During the Han Dynasty, thanks to a combination of strong Confucian principles, military triumphs, territorial expansion, and the Silk Road, China emerged as a powerful nation for the first time. During the Han Dynasty, the Zhongshan state was centered in present-day Dingzhou. Situated on the fertile alluvial plains between the eastern foothills of the Taihang Mountains and the northwestern bank of the ancient Yellow River, this region was economically prosperous and densely populated with cities. When the grandeur of the Han Dynasty met the culturally diverse land of Hebei, and the prosperous economy of the Zhongshan state intersected with the exceptional artistic taste of Liu Shang, Prince of Zhongshan, the great Han spirit found a more vivid expression.
在满城汉墓中，一共出土有64件灯，最负盛名的就是我们面前的这一件镇馆之宝，它出土于王后窦婉。
In the tomb of Liu Shang's wife, Dou Wan, a maidservant holding a lamp slowly emerges from the depths of history. Her light illuminates a past long forgotten. The inscription on the lamp reveals its origins. This lamp was once used in the bathhouse of Dou Wan's Chongqing Palace, earning it the name Chongqing Palace Lamp. While most palace lamps were shaped like animals or objects, human-shaped lamps were rare. The Chongqing Palace Lamp, particularly notable for its large size, is unique in this regard. The person is the lamp, and the lamp is the person. Her face round and gentle, the maidservant sits respectfully. She holds the lamp tray with her left hand, while her right arm's sleeve naturally drapes down, covering the tray to form a lampshade, creating a harmonious and integrated design. The lamp tray is equipped with a handle that, when turned, adjusts a light screen to control the angle and brightness of the light. When lit, the smoke rises with the heat, travels up the sleeve, and enters the hollow body of the lamp. As the smoke cools and descends inside, soot adheres to the interior walls, preventing it from dispersing into the surroundings. The meticulously designed and crafted Chongqing Palace lamp can be easily disassembled into 7 parts, allowing for the convenient cleaning of the accumulated soot inside the lamp. This hollow core lamp with a smoke guiding function was not only a practical and stylish innovation of its time, but also admired and emulated by future generations. In 1980, it was featured as the cover girl for the Great Bronze Age of China exhibition in the United States. In 2022, it inspired the design of the torch for the Beijing Winter Olympics torch relay, thereby incorporating the Han Dynasty's advanced environmental consciousness into the Olympic spirit. With everyday items imbued with exquisite creativity, daily life was given a touch of glamour and charm. Also unearthed from Liu Shang's tomb is a gold-inlaid bronze Zhongshan censer, standing 26 centimeters tall, with a bean-shaped body. The censer comprises three parts: the base, the bowl, and the lid. The base is adorned with three openwork dragons emerging from waves, their heads supporting the bowl, while the lid is cast in the form of undulating mountains. It is on the lid that the creator truly showcased their creativity. The lid is shaped like a mountain range, with hunters carrying bows and tigers, leopards, and boars moving stealthily among the trees. Meanwhile, high above, monkeys observe the scene. When incense smoke rises, it drifts like mist through the mountains, thereby making the shapes of the mountains, people, and animals appear both real and ethereal. Inlaid cloud patterns add to the sense of movement. So it is that the mountain seems to return to its original mystical form. In the Han Dynasty, the mystical mountains were known as the Zhongshan Mountains, believed by some to be related to the mythical Panglai Islands and the Kunlun Mountains. Mountain-shaped censers like this were thus called Zhongshan censers. The emperors of the Han Dynasty were buried in jade suits stitched with gold threads, resembling armor. This description from miscellaneous records of the Western capital, written during the Western Han, details the burial customs of Han Dynasty emperors. People in the Han Dynasty believed that jade could prevent the decay of the body. Some nobles were interred in jade burial suits, known as jade suits sewn with gold thread, made by stitching together jade pieces with gold thread, creating a garment that resembled armor. Two jade suits were unearthed from the Manching Han tombs, belonging to Lu Shang and Do Wan. According to Book of the Later Han, the rank of those buried in jade suits could be distinguished by the type of thread used: gold thread for emperors, silver thread for princes and marquises, and copper thread for high-ranking nobles and princesses. Although Lu Shang and Do Wan were supposed to use silver thread, their jade suits were made with gold thread. These two jade suits are the first and most complete high-ranking jade suits ever discovered in China. Lu Shang's jade suit consists of 2,498 jade pieces and 1.1 kilograms of gold thread. The smallest jade pieces, used in the gloves, are the size of a fingernail. The jade, both hard and brittle, has holes as small as 1 millimeter in diameter, and gold thread as fine as a hair. It is estimated that a highly skilled jade craftsman in ancient times would have taken at least 10 years to create such an intricate jade suit. Jade, a substance that carries a great deal of significance in Chinese culture, is the subject of a widely known story in Hebei. The openwork double dragon white jade disc is a flawless piece. Both sides are carved with grain patterns, and the upper part features a pair of majestic dragons in an intricate openwork design, poised as if ready to take flight. At the top of the dragon heads, flowing cloud patterns are skillfully carved, with a small round hole in the center, adding to the dynamic appearance. Historically, Hebei did not produce jade. Research indicates that these jade materials came from Xiuyin in Liaoning, one of the main jade-producing areas during the Han Dynasty. On a Monday in September, the Hebei Museum hosted a solemn handover ceremony. Representatives from the Nanjing Museum had arrived on a special mission to receive several precious artifacts. One of the loaned items was the intricately carved, open-work jade screen with immortal stories, unearthed from the tomb of Lu Chong, Prince of Zhongshan from the Eastern Han Dynasty, located in Beilingtu village, Dingzhou. In terms of design, the jade screen is truly unique. Whereas traditional jade artifacts are typically single-piece items, this is put together from 4 interlocking jade panels. It's this composite structure, in addition to its other qualities, that makes it stand out in the history of Chinese jade craftsmanship. But it's not just the design. The patterns carved into the screen are also highly distinctive. The side supports feature pierced carvings of the azure dragon and white tiger. The central upper panel prominently displays the Queen Mother of the West, surrounded by a vermilion bird, a 3-legged crow, a 9-tailed fox, and a jade rabbit. Meanwhile, the lower panel depicts the King Father of the East, accompanied by celestial beings, a bear, and black tortoises. It's also the earliest example we have of Taoist mythological figures being depicted on jade, a fact that only adds to the screen's uniqueness and cultural significance. Jade was a feature of Chinese life as early as the Paleolithic era. During the Xia and Shang dynasties, jade weapons gradually became ritual objects, symbolizing royal power and ritualistic systems. From the Western Zhou period onwards, jade became associated with personal virtues, representing qualities such as benevolence, wisdom, courage, and loyalty. The phrase "jade soul" and national spirit shows just how highly jade was valued. In November 2023, the Nanjing Museum hosted an Epic of Chinese Jade for 10,000 Years exhibition. The intricately carved jade screen with immortal stories, along with other precious artifacts, came together to narrate the long and rich history of Chinese jade culture. In later centuries, Dingzhou gained worldwide fame for another craft, Ding porcelain. In 1969, 170 pieces of white porcelain were unearthed from the pagoda foundations of Jingji Temple and Jingzhong Monastery in Dingzhou. These artifacts, clearly datable to the early Northern Song dynasty, confirmed that the Ding kilns enjoyed the status of one of the 5 great kilns of the Song dynasty. One notable piece is the white glazed dragon head bottle with flower patterns. Towering at 60.9 centimeters, it's literally a standout among Ding porcelain items, which are usually much smaller. Known as the King of Ding porcelain, it is the largest surviving example of its kind. The bottle's lively form and intricately carved patterns, each distinct yet integrated, exemplify the unique beauty of Ding porcelain's carved decorations. Its glaze has an ivory-like texture, harmoniously embodying the overall aesthetic beauty of the composition. Porcelain is a symbol of Chinese civilization. The uniquely advantaged Hebei Plain is one of the birthplaces of Chinese porcelain. Ever since the Sishan people first made pottery, the exploration of this craft has been pursued in Hebei without a pause. For thousands of years, the passion for ceramic art has burned continuously, powering renowned kilns and producing countless masterpieces. This is a blue and white underglaze red porcelain jar, discovered in a Yuan dynasty hoard in Baoding. It possesses intricate patterns that are both rich and layered. The elegant blue and white contrasts beautifully with the vibrant underglaze red. It's considered one of the most complete and exquisite examples of blue and white underglaze red porcelain in China, indeed anywhere in the world. It is a solemn and magnificent procession. Under the watchful gaze of the vermilion bird, a ceremonial guard of 106 people in 4 rows moves slowly along a carpet adorned with lotus and honeysuckle patterns. The azure dragon and white tiger lead the way, with colorful clouds floating above and lotus flowers, mani balls, and honeysuckle petals gently falling from the sky, while divine birds and auspicious beasts roam free. The artist managed to depict 22 types of ceremonial arrangements, with each of the 106 guard members portrayed as unique individuals. Each one is posed differently and bears a unique expression. This mural, unearthed Longxing Temple in Jiangding is a royal monastery with a history spanning over 1,400 years. Within its grounds stands a stone tablet. The inscription on it, with over 1,500 characters, has been hailed by calligraphy scholars both domestic and international as a masterpiece that bridges the past and the present. Chinese calligraphy, with its strokes and structures, embodies the grandeur of the nation and literally delineates the spirit of China. Throughout its millennia-long cultural development, 5 styles of calligraphy have been universally recognized: seal script, clerical script, cursive script, regular script, and running script. From the perspective of calligraphy development, clerical script is particularly significant. The inscription on the Longxing Temple tablet inherits the essence of clerical script, blending various tablet inscription strengths and laying the groundwork for the calligraphic standards of the Tang Dynasty. Consequently, modern epigraphist Kang Yue aptly described it as a single-plank bridge, connecting the calligraphy of the Wei, Jin, Northern, and Southern dynasties to that of the Tang Dynasty. The Daming County Stone Carving Museum in Handan also houses a towering tablet unearthed from a Tang Dynasty tomb. This tablet stands out for a number of reasons: its grandeur, the exquisiteness of its carvings, and the extensiveness of its inscription. It's the most significant epitaph from the Tang Dynasty. The 3,800-character inscription, written in regular script, vividly recounts the life of an ordinary man, Her Hong Jing. Meanwhile, both the vastness of the landscape and the minutiae of people's daily life are encapsulated in this white marble masterpiece. This grand and magnificent banquet scene immortalized in stone depicts a lively evening of music and dance. Just by gazing at the cold stone, you can almost hear the ensemble of all kinds of musical instruments echoing through the night. 12 performers, radiant as the sun and dazzling as the stars, all playing in harmony. The Tang Dynasty at its peak was a time of vibrant and exuberant spirit, as beautiful as the rising sun. Ever since, people have pondered the splendor and brilliance of that poetic era. This colorful painted relief offers us a rare chance to get a glimpse of that magnificent era. Unearthed in 1995 from the tomb of Wang Chuji in Zuyang County, it dates back to the chaotic 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms period, during which Wang Chuji ruled much of Hebei. The relief likely depicts a musical and dance scene that he experienced in his lifetime. In that sense, the piece expresses a longing for a past whose lingering charm still infuses the present. Hebei, a land nourished by mountains and rivers, has been a cradle of human life for millions of years. Needless to say, the course of history has never been entirely smooth, with countless ups and downs along the way. And life, in all its variety, all its changing fortunes, all its grandeur and poignancy, is captured in the artifacts on display in the museums. With 1.4 million movable cultural relics, including 9,213 first-class items, Hebei boasts a rich heritage. Tremendous vitality and creativity are embedded in these artifacts. They themselves stand silent witness to unending passion of this land, wordlessly yet eloquently telling its story. Time marches ever forward, yet traces of the past nonetheless remain. Every time we look back at history, seeking to understand who we are, where we come from, and where we are going, these preserved memories and unending sources of life come to the fore. They bear witness to our journey. Whether grand or elegant, bold or subtle, timely or heartfelt, distant or devout. Gazing upon these relics, the past feels within reach. That's because, still and silent though they be, they throb with the accumulated strength of millennia. What's more, thanks to their enduring light, we are able to see the way ahead, our way into the future.